It does appear that institutions are moving in. They're taking this price decline from nearly 70,000 to roughly 20,000 as an opportunity to move into a new asset class. And in 2018, Cambridge Associates, which is a consultant for the institutional space, basically said to its clients, okay, you may not like this thing called Bitcoin. It may sound like a Ponzi scheme to you, but it's acting like a new asset class. And that got their antenna up, because what institutional investment managers cannot miss is a new asset class that will diversify the portfolio, meaning lower the correlation of the returns. And Bitcoin is doing that. And we think other crypto assets
And your team's holding on to the $1 million forecast?
Oh, yes, more than $1 million.
Above $1 million?
Yes.
By 2030?
2030.
After peaking at over 360% in early 2021, ARK Invest's flagship fund has since lost over 70% of its all-time high. Many have questioned the decline, attributing it to the founder's high conviction in disruptive innovations like robotics, electric vehicles, and blockchain technology. But Cathie Wood is not to be dissuaded and strongly believes that her critics will soon see error in their analysis. In a recent interview with Bloomberg's Tom McKenzie, Wood discusses some of her highest conviction stocks and assets and why she believes they would grow exponentially within the next 5 to 10 years. Despite the ongoing crypto bear market and the increasing pressure from the macro environment, Wood believes Bitcoin is properly positioned to hit an all-time high of at least $1 million by 2030. Wood also shares her opinion about Elon Musk's recent acquisition of social media platform Twitter and some of the plans he has so far unveiled for the application. Since the billionaire investor closed the deal on October 27, he has made several changes, including some intense management shakeups. He has also announced an $8 monthly subscription fee for verified users. According to Cathie Wood, a monthly subscription fee is a brilliant idea, and she thinks there will be many more of such, including the possible return of the Vine app. Despite being heavily invested in Tesla stocks, Wood is not worried that Musk's acquisition and focus on Twitter will affect the electric vehicle company, SpaceX, and the Boring Company, which he also heads. We will now take you to Cathie Wood's interview as she discusses some of the amazing opportunities her team is working on and why. Please watch, share, and like this video. Also, ensure you drop your comments and observations below, subscribe to the channel, and turn on post notifications for more videos like this. We appreciate all our viewers and subscribers for their time and support. Please enjoy the video.
Well, if you look at trendline employment gains, I think we're 9% above the trend that was in place pre-COVID. In other words, a lot of companies, and tech companies included, hired many more people than they should have, given what was going to ultimately happen to demand. And the first place you see a recession is in advertising, and the advertising budgets have been slashed. That's why, to me, hearing people say we're not in a recession and seeing advertising budgets cut in half by some companies is quite astonishing. And it's hitting the tech sector because so much of tech has become social media. But other technologies, I think, that help drive efficiencies, so more enterprise SaaS, they're probably going to do a lot better. We receive a lot of criticism for holding Zoom. Many people say, that's a COVID stock. Well, Zoom basically gave its service away for free to consumers and to education, which was the right thing to do for a crisis period. Now they're all cycling out, and enterprises are cycling in. Enterprises, I believe, 55% of their revenues. And they're adding new features and functionality. This is the first rip and replace cycle in the enterprise communications space, which is the largest part of the tech stack. So it's $1.5 trillion a year. First rip and replace cycle since the early 90s. The early 90s, Cisco helped build the backbone of the internet. All of that was on-prem, hardware-centric. Now all of that is going into the cloud, and it was stimulated by COVID. These enterprises finally said, okay, we have a reason to make the change now. Two winners, Microsoft and Zoom. The Robinhood, along with Coinbase and Block, the three of them we think are in the running for dominating, potentially, the digital wallet space or becoming an important component of it. Robinhood is very user-friendly, and it is now moving into the crypto age, which is what it was missing. We've watched that very carefully. There is a company in Israel called Fireblocks, and we were very happy to learn that Robinhood basically ended its strategy of building internally its own crypto platform from an infrastructure point of view and hired Fireblocks. Robinhood's core competency is the user interface, the convenience, ease of use, and so forth. So it could become either the digital wallet, more likely it will become a part of a digital wallet ecosystem, either alone, standalone, or in partnership with someone, or as part of someone else. Elon Musk is our Renaissance man, or our Thomas Edison, perhaps. And if you go back and look at how many projects these innovators were working on, you'd be astonished. How did they do that? There are such people out there. Elon surrounds himself with great business people and engineers who want to work for him. He is solving the most challenging problems of the day, and they want to be a part of that under his leadership. And, you know, remember, he started in the payments industry. So we could actually see Twitter, and now we just started a public-private crossover fund. Twitter is in that fund because we do believe that Twitter, Elon certainly believes in vertical integration. He has the payments experience. He and Jack Dorsey seem to get along very well, and we're talking quite a bit, as we learned from the documents that came out over the court cases. And so I think even Twitter could make a run at digital wallet, not just for financial services, but for commerce. So that's one. And then you'll remember, I don't know if you remember, but do you remember Vine?
Yes.
My son, I thought he was going to make movies because he was on Vine constantly. That was a precursor to TikTok. And so there's some DNA within Twitter still, I believe, that could introduce something like that. You never know. And then one of my first experiences as an equity analyst was in newspapers. And believe it or not, they were the rising stars of that day. And this subscription advertising model is a very smart move if he goes in that direction. The verification, that little check, is very important to people and could help clean up the platform considerably.
Musk sparked a flurry of reaction on crypto Twitter when he again hinted at making Dogecoin a payment system on the recently acquired platform. On Wednesday, the Stonk's Reddit trading account replied to one of the billionaire's tweets, asking if he was working on making Doge an acceptable payment system on the platform. The comment reads, "Have you been working on a Dogecoin solution for Twitter or working with developers for a Doge payment system on Twitter?" Musk replied with an eyes emoji suggesting he was looking into it. Since the 51-year-old business magnate acquired Twitter, the price of the popular meme coin has gone from $0.059 on October 23 to a record high of $0.155 on November 1, more than a 100% increase. Let's get back to Cathie Wood's interview as she discusses how her team has made it easier for investors to invest in Twitter and the future she envisions for the platform and Tesla under the billionaire's leadership.
What we're trying to do is, and I know this is an overused word, but democratize venture capital. What is the question our clients ask more often than any other? Why is it that we don't get a shot, given how innovation focused we are, this is the client speaking, a shot at some of these moonshots in the private space? And the answer is, you're not accredited. That's what the SEC says. Accredited means you have to meet certain income and asset thresholds. I think that's un-American, frankly, because if accreditation, just like with a driving license, if accreditation was about knowledge, our clients would be the accredited investors. So we said, okay, we will, using an interval fund structure, for a minimum of $500, you can participate in this public-private fund. Inflows every day, outflows once a quarter, up to 5% of net asset value. So we're fledgling. We've just started.
So how much has been invested in Twitter then, via that fund?
So I don't know what the final number was. I think it was around $1 million. Again,
Oh,
we're
okay.
very, very small
Okay,
right
okay.
now. We're very small.
Right.
But over time, we would like Twitter to be a larger holding. If you look at the electric vehicle part of the business, it is on automatic pilot. They have got the manufacturing team in place. Elon says that Tesla is a manufacturer of factories. And of course, with Optimus, the humanoid robot, and all of the other automation that he's bringing into the ecosystem, I do think it's more, these are manufacturing-oriented decision makers, and he's in there if there's any artificial intelligence, especially with the robot side of the business. Where we need him to focus is autonomous. We think he is very diligently. He believes that he will have an autonomous taxi network perhaps next year. We believe it'll be in 2024. But the heavy lifting even there has been done. The kinds of breakthroughs we've seen in artificial intelligence over the last just even 6 months, breakthroughs that we didn't expect for 10 years have happened in 6 months. And I think it's making autonomous driving that much more possible. Again, the people who want a very hard project in the AI space are working at Tesla. This is the hardest project out there right now. And I think they have the best and the brightest.
What are your thoughts on Cathie Wood's interview and her expectations for Twitter under Elon Musk? Do you think the billionaire can fulfill his promise of free speech and neutrality on the platform? Let us know what you think in the comments section below. Also, ensure you hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on post notifications for more videos like this. Thanks for watching.